welcome back to Glorious Space Couple Program 2. Yes, it's literally dropped today. It is in early access though. Sadly though, there's actually just amusingly staring at the Kerbal swimming across the screen below us. Hi, boop you. Boop. Boop, boop. But yes, I figured we'll give Kerbal Space Program 2 a bit of play. Now it is in early access, so unfortunately it's not got all the bells and whistles yet. I have had a quick peek to see what is available, or at least I've had a quick peek to see what mode is available. And quite frankly, yes, and I love playing Space Program in the first place. Now hopefully I've got the settings set so it'll be fine. Now we only have one mode, which is Sandbox, I'm afraid. I like... Whee! Run! Base color blue. Dark. Use dark blue. And nice bright red. Will be normal difficulty because of the thing. This is KSP. Wait, that sounds too... No, hold on, that sounds a little too familiar. Well, yeah, just look at all the streaming. Agency name. I'm gonna leave that be. First time user experience. Cool. Hello! Waving as it goes by. Hello! Now I don't know how well it's gonna run. I mean, I don't know if I've got the settings correct. Because I haven't got the most powerful computer in the world. Oh dear God, if I did, I would be having an absolute ball of a time. I mean, there'd be no game I couldn't play. And yes, my computer can do everything. Load every last program going. Yes. Every last program. There's nothing I can't play on here. Yes. Well, nothing I can't play except everything else in between. Oh, video. Yay!
Your new space program, leaping forward into the cosmos. Since the dawn of Kerbal kind, we have looked to the sky and wondered what sublime mysteries lie hidden in the darkness, like jewels never beheld. These untold treasures may soon reveal themselves due to the efforts of recently founded Kerbal Space.
Oh my! I think that might have been the only copy of the orientation film. Hold on! Slides, somewhere. Welcome to your first day running the Kerbal Space Program. This campus hosts the greatest ever gathering of astronomers, astronauts, and engineers. After years of focused effort, this collection of geniuses has created several very impressive buildings. We believe we have all the necessary pieces to take our first steps off the ground. The best way to advance our technologies further is to get up there and learn by doing. All we need now is somebody to show us how to put all these parts together. Well, we also need somebody to help us out with the flying. We need a lot of help, actually. That's why you're here. My name is Paige, by the way. If you need any hints, feel free to visit me over at the training center. Everything in there is well padded, so it's a great place to get up and running. Welcome aboard.
We help with the flying, assembly, everything. Awesome. Hello and welcome to Kerbal Space Program Center. This campus has everything you need. Send your fledgling space program into the stuff of legend. Well, yeah, it's improved. It's got an actual pool in it. Our engineers have created a training program that will guide you through building, flying, and your very first rocket. You can go through those lessons here at the training center. Training center. Start building right away. The vehicle assembly building is where you want to be. Fab. Launch pad. Okay, Fab, space program design, build, launch flight. Nah, we don't need a training center, do we? Oh, look at it. Oh. Space in its place is the place. Missing the ground. Orbits are weird. Orbital transfers. The training center is where we go to learn how to build, fly rockets and planes and rovers. Lessons take place in a simulation, and you can start lesson anytime, even in the middle of an active flight. When you're done, we'll put you right back where we found you. That one just woken up. It's like, oh, do I have to do this in the morning? You know what? I think we're just gonna go straight to try and build one. I don't think science is ready yet. Game unpaused. We're in the space program. Space program. Welcome to the vehicle assembly building, or the VAB. This is where you assemble vehicles to take you wherever you want to go. I like this. Favorite items, command control vessels, fuel tanks. So should have improved this bit a little bit. A picker and place goods to sign a good starting rocket as a command pod, an engine and a fuel tank. Hold the fuel the engine needs. You can view the parts by category. You can also search for parts and sort parts. By default, parts are sorted by type. If you have a part you use often, you can enter the favorite tabs. You can construct several assemblies or sections of your vehicles at the same time. The assembly marked with the green icon is your launch assembly. It is what goes out the door when you select launch. Use the engineer's report to see how your vehicle will perform. It will give you useful stats and list potential problems. For example, you can use the engineer's report to see if you have a thrust to weight ratio over 1, which means your rocket will have actually leave the launch pad. If not, it won't go anywhere. It'll just go. Oh, there's a trip. It's a trip planner. Use it to plot a destination and ensure your vehicle has the ability to get there. Well, that is handy. A trip planner would have been very handy in the first Kerbal game. Once you're ready to fly, select launch. Fire! As long as your vehicle fits completely within the VAB, it will be moved out to your chosen launch location. The training teaches everything from basic rocket construction to orbital mechanics. It's both fun and informative. So let's just pod. Cool. Rover. Cool, so we actually now have rover parts. Cockpit, which is designed for planes. Probes. This is sandbox, so we have like everything. Extra small, medium, large, extra large. Explorer. Tin can. Gumball. Tuna can. Sightseer. Cockatoo. Wanderer. Again, this is early access, so it's not going to have like a gigantic array of stuff. But it's going to have enough. So let's build a tin can. Oh wow, that's actually pretty big. So, engineer report. Has a command pod and no parachute. Command pod may not survive global landing. We have no thruster mass. We can't mass push anything. Kerbin, boop. One-way trip. It won't get there. You might not. You might not make it. Not with just a command pod. A round trip. Well, that's a handy thing. I like the little sounds as well. Boop, 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 boop. Center of pressure. There. Mass. There. Thrust. No, it isn't. Workspace orientation. So this is rocket going up. Oh, I like that. It tells me which orientation I'm looking at as well. So that way it would be down for the plane. Okay, let's start with a very Methalox. Monopropellant. Xenon. Hydrogen. Ooh. Fuel line. Okay, so they're going to have hydrogen as a fuel source. Methane. Methalox, which I think are your basic, your standard thrusters. Solid fuel boosters, jet engines, xenon engines, hydrogen engine. Oh, I like that. That's actually rather nice. Big rocket, little ship. Okay, we'll start with a Methalox. So let's just add a small. Actually, I don't know. You click on an icon, it automatically swaps out what you want to be. Let's start with the first thing, which is heat shields, electricals, utilities. That's not small. Nope. Ooh. Haha, cool. It shows what it looks like inside it. That's still not the right one. Why is that one huge compared to the model? I need a thing that fits onto this. Parachute. There you go. Bonk. Yay, we now have parachute. The engineer's happy. We'll go to launch. It won't go very far, but it's good launch. So, couplings, separate stacks. I'm going to put one of these on for our first rocket. I have no idea how high it's going to go. I do like my colour scheme. Oh, that's fun. That is fun. Okay, I like the UI's option on this. We're just going to literally go for a standard little and see how well we do. Right. What is... So... Thrust... Weight... 2.722. Thrust to weight. So at the moment we have a 2.722 to weight. So if I just... Let's just get that open for a second. Oh, we add bits. Intakes, wings. We got stabilizers. How do we make... Ah. Just like an original cabin. Okay, so that went down. Handy. Color manager assembly. Ooh. Ooh. I can modify these things? Oh, sweet. Mother Mary. That's a dangerous thing to give me. Let's put you... Tip angle control surface? Okay, that's a lot of... Assembly anchor. Oh, I can set the anchor point. Okay. Anyway, go back to this. Rotate and translate. Alignment assembly button. Okay, that's like that. You can put that on. Okay, there's a lot of options there. Landing leg, wheels, landing gear. Okay, this is nice that it gives you separates them off in the first place, because I always found a bit of it awkward when you had all the bits and like choosing your different parts, right jobs. That's bigger than our rocket. Payloads. There's a lot of cool things in here. Crew cabins. Truss. Structures. Launch clamp. So they're the one that hold my little rocket in the air. Engine mounts. Adapters, beams, bodies, pieces, panels, hubs, truss adapters, truss resizer, tubes. A lot of parts. And struts. They did say in the thingy that there are more pieces in. I don't think we need a communications here. We don't need a talk to them leave the ground. They don't have science in yet because we don't have science division. Oh, so they put the stabilizers in here. It used to be under command. They had stabilizers over here in the command section. But it looks like they've changed that and put them inside here for utilities and That's on life. Quality of life stuff. Okay. I'm gonna take that off a second. Okay, so we've still got a 2.6. Redo, undo. So how do I look at things like people? Oh, that not yet a thing. Yeah, I don't think it's a thing yet to go through your thing like your people. I like the fact they got a little thing here saying like we are currently at vehicle assembly building. KSC, Kerbin, Kabul. Escape menu. Okay. Kerbal manager. Bill Kerman. I'm sad they don't have Jebediah. Jebediah was a legend. Oh, we don't need any of that. Well, it's quite simple. We launch, we eject pieces, we hit the parachute, we go have tea. Are you ready to fly? Yes. Here are a few pointers. Ooh. Well, that's a cool little UI. I like this. Stability assistance, full control. Reaction control system on, I think. Object cycling. Heading up, north, down, south, retro and prograde. Yeah, that's about all here. Non-stageable resources. Parts manager. I don't really click on things while I explain the tutorial. Are you ready to fly? Yes. This element is your flight cluster. It contains all your flight controls and information. Buttons. How do I... Use your control to do that. There you go. That still works. Then they only fly... Here you can speed up or pause time. You can still move your camera and interact with parts functions when you pause. This is your staging stack. It shows the order which your rocket's parts will activate. Remember that the first stage is at the bottom of the stack. So I want to put the parachute up there then. Because that's obviously the first stage. It should go... I think you were overestimating how big my rocket was going to be. I mean, I like this, but it's like you've completely overestimated how big my rocket is, and I like this view. It's very nice. If you'd like to learn to fly aerosafe, simulate environment, and be sure to check out the training center. We will do after our first mission. Hi, Bill. Are you ready to launch? I can EVA. You're now outside the vehicle. Hi. He's happy. I can't take... No, I can't do science things right now, so I'll go take a report. Please get back in. We haven't actually left the ground yet. So parts manager, so I can... Oh, excellent. Oh, I can still... That's a lot of tinkering options in here. Ooh. Flight report. We haven't gone anywhere yet. Where's the last button? Oh, Kerbal Manager, Action Group Manager, Resource Manager. Okay. Go. We have liftoff! Will we obtain space in our first attempt? Help! 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 Exclamation marks. This point is where it hits the ground. You don't want to be still doing the flying at that point. And fly past of every vehicle, object, and celestial body, no matter how far it is from home. Nobody's moving out. Get a better look at things. Hey, ignore the fact your couple is taking flight. Oh, atmosphere gauge. Nice. Yeah. You can plan maneuvers. Hi. Well, we've shot past out the atmosphere. We slammed the rocket full power, so... Cool. Cool. Auto ground. Yeah, it's a little laggy. Again, my system's not got the most powerful here. Electric power, how much? Liquid fuel and oxygen. 0 and 0. We have no fuel. Whee! Oh, it's pretty though. Oh, this is well designed. They've gone better than this one. So they've got Mimus, Mun, Cobble, the Sun, the planet, the moons. Okay, there's more planets in here than the last time. Elod, Dress, Ik, Polval. But yeah, the plan is to literally put in other systems. Because they want to really go out there. Where's Bob? Boop. Whee! My couple's happy. He's about to hit the point of his apex. Orbit is steadily decreasing. Ground altimeter 217 km off the ground. Map. Tracking station. Radio out. Retrograde. Radio in. Normals. Anti-normal. Well, I know I hit the top when that comes to 0. Then it'll start slowing back down again. So our AP about this way is 300, show me that thing as well. What will our time warp point? This is in 1,000 miles. Limited due to proximity body. So how do I swap that to ground? C. Ground. C. Ground. C. Ground. C. Ground. C. Ground. There are little numbers going up to that, so you actually be easy to see it, which is a nice feature. We are completely out of fuel. So our first launch is a success! Hooray! Wait, you mean I have to bring him back down again? Oh. So, as far as I can tell on that, well, it's curved, so like going that it goes inwards, because the planet will shift underneath it, but that will be about 10 miles out. I'm gonna wait until we start going down. I'm gonna pull to retrograde. Tell it to set myself to angle to retrograde. Right? Oh, I like the fact. Oh, that's a cool feature. I like that. We got time, so I can look at other things normal. So that was. We don't have off maneuver mode, target mode, anti-target. So these are on their own SAS controls. We haven't set a target, so we can't maneuver, so we can't select go to maneuver mode, if it's a thing yet. So as he's going down, he's going to sort of angle himself to be retrograde to that angle. If it runs like a potato, then I need to know I need to lower the graphics some more. Whee! It's going to be a long trip down, because we got quite some distance on that first rocket. So I'm going to wait to get about here. See, that has moved. We were over the water before, but that's moved, so it's going like that, going whoop. On top of the ground, because it's actually on the ground now. Because curbing underneath us is rotating like that, or underneath us. We haven't moved. We are still where we are, roughly. Coming down, but we're where we are. Okay, he's now in deployment. Oh, excellent. We're now switched to 1,000 into meters. Yeah, 83,000. That means I'm back in atmosphere again. We still weigh a ton. Our parachute ain't gonna hold this up. It's just gonna go wha bang. I could technically EVA, activate his parachute, and fly him to safety. Oh wow, that launched well up. Our parachute deployed a little earlier than I thought it was going to deploy. Yeah. That didn't help. Okay. I'll wait till a little closer to the ground. We are traveling at 200 miles an hour. The parachute is not there. The parachute is gone. So normally it would deploy, it would wait until it's a lot lower and then deploy. Apparently its deployment height was set way too high. Status on. On, please. That looks cool. As we just went and decided to make a crater in the ground. I love how the game recognized that. That looked cool. Not practical, but cool. I thought we had a parachute. I have a jetpack. That's not working. I didn't know how to turn it on. Whoopsie. I can't blame this game for anything at the moment. It is in early access. In fact, at time of streaming, this game came out approximately, let's see, for me, it's about half past 12 at the moment. 12 AM I should say. So, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon? 3 o'clock, so... approximately 9 hours ago. Okay, this deployed way... Deploy settings. On. Right, so we didn't have deploy settings turned on, so it just went, hello, and popped out immediately. That may have been a slight problem. That might have been a problem. I don't think we have access to 2 parachutes at the moment. We have jetpacks. But yeah, we had no... Our parachute did not deploy. Or rather, our parachute did deploy. It just deployed a little too soon. When it wasn't safe to deploy. So... that was a good thing to now learn. So in Parts Manager we can go to Utility, Talk Enabled, Talk Mode, Talk Authority, good. MK16, Deploy Altitude 1000 meters. Safe Mode. They'll only deploy when it's safe to do so. And what is your actual limit? You should be listening here. Let's see, MK radio, MK16, here we go. Max temperatures, impact tolerance, mass. Oh, shift, a few more. Let's see. Drag, max safe velocity is 247. Yeah, it was never going to. It was never going to be safe deployed. It didn't have a prayer in the world of being safely deployed. it deployed with like 3,000, still traveling at several thousand miles an hour. Well, we got more fuel, so we can go even better now. Hello! I like the countdown. North, south, up, down. Go! To the moon! Or the very least, leave Kerbin. Turn RSD on. That's our atmosphere. Space. Okay, we go inside. Oh, we're outside. Fuel mode. We're not EVAing. Not at this point. Good light. On! Hey, I want to go inside. Hey, that's not in the game yet. Hopefully it's not too loud. Now let's go drop this down a little more, because that's better. That's the volume of 30%. I like the graphics. I like the fact that you see like a big plume thing before it was like a engine just went straight line. That's more how it would look. It would spread out. How much fuel we got left? Not a lot. At the moment we have enough in us to go yes. See our maximum, okay, our max thing is 2,000. Pause. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like the ability to pause. You have a maneuver plan. Maneuver plans predict the result of burn at a set orientation and duration. Once you've placed the plan, you can use it as a guide for your next maneuver. You can learn more about them in the training center. Thank you, Paige. Check out the tutorial called Orbital Transfer for more information. We're going to take this. I want to move. I can't do it while I'm in this. Pause. Pause. I know we haven't gone even near enough. But you know, let control. Turn our shelter stuff over there. Curving. Oh, it still ticks, so it's actually still, so we still have enough to do the maneuver. Start burn in. Now before, the thing used to predict that it like go, oh yes, required ACU, so we got enough burnt. I think any extra fuels worked out for us. Oh, that. Okay, start the burn in 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 12, 11, 8, 9, 7, One. Go! 11, 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. No fuel. Yep, we ran out of fuel. Okay, I like that though. I like the fact it even gives me a timer to say 10, 9, to count down time for when it's launching. That was a thing with the first game that I really struggled on. And it struggled on it a lot. Was the fact that when you did the burns, it didn't give you an accurate time limit. The game judged it that you would immediately hit your accelerate to your point, needed speed, almost on the spot. Oh, look, little green box down here tells me the fuel got left is. I'm out of fuel. Bill! Yeah, Bill, I'm out of fuel. Just to let you know. We've run out of fuel. On the plus side, we're coming in. Well, let's see. Ooh. Yeah, we're only at 12,000. I'm gonna... So I'm gonna set that. I was in the yellow, so I don't know if it was in safe deploy or not. It's either gonna go yay and open up and happily, or deploy settings. Well, going through the clouds. We're only going 200 here, so if it deploys shortly. Okay. I don't know if it's got the automatic deployment settings that are automatically set on there or not. Can you click on that and it does that? I'm going to have to do another launch and this time set the thing to deploy at any altitude with one set of parachutes and then have a secondary set of parachutes ready to deploy in case something goes wrong. But yay, we can speed up now because we're just bobbing along, singing a song. Ooh, beautiful island. We're miles from home. I'm getting a taxi. Somewhere our ship went plush. It's fun just bopping along. Oh, excellent. Now the sea actually has proper... Excellent. Recover vessel. Confirm. I knew you could do it. Yay! We're going flight just like goes back. He's like, recover the vessel. Sure. Vehicle reverse to launch, revert to the map. Don't revert because the flight's over. And yeah, still again, early access, so it might not have yet the thing for telling the system that you've landed safely. Now just recover the vessel. Okay. Convert revamp. I'll see if I can break the game or not. Because I don't think, because in Sandbox, I don't think it's in, has the full thing of them saying the mission is now over. So scrap that one, you know, end that mission file in it yet. Like I said, it came out 9 hours ago. It's still in its early access. Okay, so parts manager. Utility. So I'm going to leave that on like that. And stick some radio mount parachutes on. We're not EVAing anyway, so we're going to add a stage. Put you in there. Keep you guys there. Yeah, we'll have you still deploy mode and all that lot, but we'll trigger you manually a little. So that's deploying safe mode. We'll say it's risky. And we'll trigger him way too early. And see if it automatically goes on cue when it hits the risky stage. Or it'll do it deploy because it's in safe stage. These guys will hold off until we're a little lower. But now we've had 2 successful flights. I'm still playing with the thing, aren't we? Launch. Do that little purple box thing because it's still loading the boxes. So again, it is early access. You know, you've got to give it some props here. It's early access. That one may actually have reached. I was like the fact countdown. 8, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. Whee! Oh, I like that. I like the smoke. I like that effect. Like, you see the blast of that. That's how it would work. At the moment, our AP is, yeah, our process is only about 4,000 or 5,000 meters. We haven't gained anywhere near enough altitude yet. Flight report. Well, that's before viewing the actual ship. Okay, we've reached thing, we've bumped into altitude. So I'm going to cut the fuel now. Now we're pushed out of the atmosphere. Me 600 of plus they're showing us where our fuel's run out. But no matter what we say here, we need a no fuel. Bloop. So it's telling us that when we get to this point here, we will run out of fuel. End of discussion on this matter. Our fuel be gone. I like this little countdown. It's like 4, 3, 2, 1, fire! Boop, 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 boop. I'm actually generally happy, quite happy with this game. You see, it's telling us immediately we do not have the required fuel. We only have 130. 138. It wants 142 at the minimum of what it wants. Start the burn in. I love the little vocal announcement. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, burn! Hmm. 17, 14, 12, 11, 10, 9, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Retrograde, please. Okay, so if I deploy this now, when it's completely useless to do so, will it deploy when it's in safe mode? Couldn't shoot safety, safe. Armed, disarmed. We're gonna let it get a little into the atmosphere first, and then we're gonna hit these secondaries. So it's currently saying is this armed at the moment. We can disarm it and rearm it, but it's apparently armed. According to deployment settings, its deploy mode is risky. Well, that means shoot safety is safe at the moment. I like this little tab system. Pass manager, I can go to that and figure out. Okay, that's a little unfortunate that the zoom in and out is the same control, but shoot safety is safe. Shoot safety none. Stay a little further to the sea. Up. Okay. Still thingy altitude. They hasn't ripped off yet, so it hasn't shot off. So while it may have come out early, it didn't. And come out in a state where it can't actually survive it. So. Choose safety, non-deployment settings. Cool, even in the undeployed state, they have a massive amount of drag. Maybe I was just like unlucky the very first one, and I didn't, and it came out before I detached the hover part. There was too much mass, something, too much speed. I don't know why the first time it went bloop and vanished. And he tried altering it, opening up too early, I think. I don't think I have deployment settings turned on at the time. Deploy mode risky. Yeah, with this many parachutes. Just sit back and relax, dude. Due to an obstacle. Yeah, it's called parachutes. So that's still deployed nicely. I could cut that happily and it wouldn't make a difference. Parachutes times 3, which are these 3. And parachute. Given altitude and the fact that the others are fine. Repack. Oh, so as they come off, I'm going to still repack them. Oh, that's cool. Repack, repack, repack. Oh, that's nice. I was fiddling around with all sorts. I didn't realize I could just like cut the chute. Or the one that had been deployed is like, oh no, I didn't realize I could just cut, rearm, cut, repack, and redeploy the parachute. I tried saving myself, EVA, which didn't work. But yeah, that's a safe deployment. Met and duty. Universal time and metro time. Met time. We're under the water. You might want to surface. Flight report. Flight in progress. Fancy listen. Total distance travelled 64 kilometers. Ground distance covered 16 meters. Okay. Confirm recovery. Yay. So we click on tracking station. Yay! So will that find tracking objects here by default information. You have form actions on your vessels too. They do. Change to what vessel you're actively flying. Fly safe 1, which was recovered. Flight situation. Type in flight velocity. Colonies. That's one of the things in the game. The plan for the game is that you can have colonies. There isn't anything there. So I think I'm going to remove the flight. Come on. Yeah, the vessel is not there. You know what, let's go to the vehicle assembly. It's not there. So the game hasn't quite got the idea yet that the vessel is gone. Pod. These are the faves. Apparently. I want to put the dude around orbit. And for that, I think I'm going to need solid boosters. Something I didn't put on before. That's a little baguette. Alright. We don't actually need that. Utility, communications. We'll think about communications later. We'll put that underneath this time. With, you know what? Let's put in a thermal shield. So that if when we bring it down, if we can actually bring it down, we'll be able to tell it to go, to point its backside at the floor and let that burn up. It's an important backside maneuver. Many a Kerbal has been lost because of a poorly designed posterior safety system. That's way too big. That's a small. That's small. That's extra small. That saved us last time, so it should be fine. This is when it decides not to save this time. It doesn't. Stack decoupler. Stack separator. Oh, cool. In most multi-stage, small multi-stage craft, is an arm with several explosive bolts for safety, to safely eject. We're going to be using radial decouplers as well, which they have more of. Nice. Aerodynamic decoupler. Ooh, that's an interesting way of decoupling. I want fuel. Dear God, I want fuel. So according to my engineer's report, I have a total mass of 0, thrust weight of 0. My rocket couldn't take itself off the floor if it wanted to. FUD, shift for more? Would you like to know more? I'm clicking shift. No. That's our maximum intelligent information. So max thrust at atmosphere is 126. So let's just pop 3 of these on and see what it tells me about my weight. Thrust to weight is 2.95, so it's actually that's more than enough thrust to compensate for its weight. But we don't want that. No. We don't want something like that. That's not what we want. We don't want that sort of thing. No. We want the... It hasn't loaded up the whole square. That's fine, because, like I said, it's early access. It's not got all the bells and whistles it should have yet. It's 9 years old. It's 9 hours old. Actually, no. Now it's nearly 10 hours old. It only came out on Steam this afternoon, so... And I've been eyeballing it for nearly 2 years. For a few years. I've been eyeballing it since it announced. I'm going to sack the coupler so I can get rid of that there. I didn't think... Bloop, bloop. Oh, you have way more solar panel arrays. Cool. That's a Colossus. Huge retractable array. I don't want that. Generators. Okay. Stay for electricity for many years. It also produces a moderate amount of heat. Fuel cell arrays? They have... Wow, they can. You can literally put a reactor in the on the damn thing. It's awesome. Non-retractable array, non-retractable array. I like the retractable ones. Yeah, I'm not gonna. You know what? I'm just gonna put the little panel thingies on. Small. These are expendable anyway, so that's just gonna be there to generate some juice. So that when we're not burning, it won't drain our batteries and suddenly cause this to shut down. As we actually only have the power we store in the capsule. Now for our important feature. We have docking ports. We have way more docking ports. But I think that docking clamp may be a little big for my ship. Just that one could be just a tad on the large side. As my ship is nowhere near that humongous. I like these radial ones because they keep it far away and they make it much better. Engines, see, Methalox, solid fuel boosters, jet engines, monopropellant, xenon, hydrogen. We are going to have to make a ship that uses the hydrogen engine because I just want to see what it does, how well it does. Very first nuclear-powered rocket engine. It may be an insane approach to rocket propulsion, but it boasts a staggering ISP in vacuum, making it much more effective. And that's one of the things the original game's missing. Its end-game power supply for like getting off-planet, for the really powerful engine to get you off. That you get a xenon, and I think you get a nuclear power plant one, nuclear reactor one, but it's got the nuclear reactor one, which will only use liquid fuel. It has a really, really pathetic push. It doesn't produce anywhere near enough juice. And that thing wants hydrogen. So that's what it wants. It wants this sort of stuff. Xenon for the other things. Monopropellant for the stuff. Methane. I'm not sure what methane's used in. But jet. Oh, the jet engines. For the air-breathing crafts. So you got different types. You got liquid fuel. In the last game, you just got liquid fuel and solid fuel. Xenon, and that was it. That was all the fuel types it had. And the non-propellant, obviously. You know, you had... Oh, wait. I don't know why you keep favouring things. You had this. You had monopropellant sort of stuff. You had xenon. And you had liquid fuel. That's all the game gave you. Now they're going, right. Have some... Thumpers are big. Hammer is... bottle rocket. For emergency getaway. Very handy. Flea is the tiny one. You know what? I might just put a couple underneath. A couple underneath and put a flea on to add that extra bit of punch. Hammer would be the first stage. Kick back. See, without a research tree, I can't tell you what the thing. So it looks like they've only got up to the Clydesdale, which is the second largest one you can have. Or is it largest? Sheer power on the launch pad. Thank you. We'll put in just some basic hammers. I know it's not the massive. We got like the full arsenal of parts here to play with, but I'm just gonna put those in for some extra clout, and for aerodynamics to stop from some nose cones to stop them from not being able to. Okay, let's put in an actual nose cone that fits. So we should have a thrust weight. We got 2.48. I'm going to put one more decoupling system on. Small stack decoupler underneath. And I'm going to stick on a flea. That will never get us off the ground. That's, you know, because the stage, it's calculating out of stages, so if it was just a flea, that would never get you off the ground. You would never even begin to get airborne. Let's go to rotate and translate mode. Click on you, and I'm going to drag you down. Because I want to look at my center of thrust, which is there. Good. Center of mass, not there. Center of pressure. Makes no difference, we're going upwards. Okay. Parachute. We're going to set. I want that. Ah, no, I want parts menu. Let's go aero. I can alter the deployment angle. Wait, they deploy? Okay. Good to know. Deploy settings. We'll have it safe. We'll have the altitude of about 1,000. Hopefully this will go right. But again, I'm not entirely certain I'll be able to get back down again anyway, so... I might send the second one up just to go fetch him. Let's launch this bad boy. Him go... So that again... Early access, some bits need cleaning up here and there. See, we don't need stage 5 because there's nothing there. So they should both trigger at the same time when they'll return home section. Launch, we've got the solid stage 1s, which will kick off the main bit. Ooh, that was wobbly. We'll go for launch. I just like to hear the countdown. SC on. We are just literally going up, baby. Their fuel should... Flea's gone. Yep. Couple of... Oh wait. Bye bye. I think that's just said bye bye. Well, that's not too bad. The surface, okay, surface is nowhere near as high as I'd hoped to be, but that saved us quite a lot of fuel, actually. Are you deployed? Deploy. Oh. That stuff we can't use monopropellant and electricity. I don't know how good these things are at thrusting, to be really honest. We've used up the full burn time is 2000, and we've already used up thing. But we're already to atmosphere here, and this is going to suddenly greatly enhance its speed because we're now in the atmosphere. Our atmospheric pressure is gone. I should have hotkeyed these things to the deployment, because I don't think they need to be deployed. See, our total thing is 178,000, so we are... Oh, that's pretty. That is beautiful to look at, to be honest. But we are cruising on altitude. So let's calculate out that we will no, we need to go further out. Okay, that gives us a ridiculous PE. So we don't. So to get a decent... We're not going to be doing the burn. We have literally no fuel to get the job done. So do we... So do we need to get a much... Yeah, our thing would be much... but start burning T-minus 31, so... We don't have anywhere near enough fuel. So yeah, we need a much bigger engine, I think, to push out with more force. Okay, so that would give us a stable orbit. We have... yeah. Staging time. Time lag. We got to there and we would have no fuel. So to do that, to get a decent looking circle going to the orbital burn, going to the predictor, to get a decent burn, good orbital production, good orbit. Get a decent little orbit here. We would have needed a minimum of 2005. So because we had to burn half our fuel getting up to orbit, we haven't got anywhere near enough fuel to initiate the burn effectively. It's a shame because we've got the solar panels and everything. We're gonna have solar panels, but prepare to burn. 4, 3, 2, 1, burn. Let's point out a target for maneuver. Okay, some strange reason wants me to go. Let's try maybe go that way. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. That maneuver timer thing is being really weird every time. Okay, granted the fleet did practically virtually nothing for the boost. And to get a proper boost out, we probably need something like the thumpers. Would have been far more efficient and far more effective. I don't know what happened there with the maneuver, because it went blip and it sort of spins and pulls around that way. It's like, unless this game also has the unfortunate side problem that it doesn't realise you can't just immediately get to burn speed. Now, I'm going to double check his blinking part. None. Deploy mode, safe. So he should, you know, even if it cuts off, I'm going to have this armed and ready. So we're going to ditch. Lack of stellar exposure. Cool. Oh wait. Bye bye, decoupler. Okay, that's armed, so it should not deploy immediately. It doesn't matter we're flying towards the ground really fast, because fast enough to cause some thermal burn here, because we have thermal shielding. Shoot, safety none. If that goes wrong and it goes, yeah. Okay, so it goes completely screwy if you try to deploy it too soon in orbit. Because they don't know what to do. It's in risky mode. Deploy mode is safe, but it deployed too soon. It came out of the chute too soon. Unsafe. Come on. Polite. Okay, that time did not want to work. I don't know. I think it's temperamental. But it did not want to work. Apparently it was in too... It was not slow enough. Revert to ramp. Yes. Well, no point going to pick up the shuttle. It sort of went splat to the ground. Adding a healthy green glow. It went splat. We put a crate on the ground. Yeah, it was fun. But yeah, we didn't... Okay, we did not have enough fuel or thrust. Simple as. We did not have anywhere near enough punch to get out. To get out. So you need... that weight to thrust on this combined with this should produce more than enough thrust. I mean, that should these things should now practically glide themselves out of the atmosphere. I mean, these are not very powerful engines, but if the other ones got me about 400 and a good chunk of the way and need only half our fuel to get out, then these bad boys should rocket out of the atmosphere like nobody's business. I'm confused with you. So I deployed you in space, you deploy a thing and you deploy too soon and go which is bad. So I think it bugs out. We'll put it 1500 for you. See, in Kerbal 1, again, this might be just bugging in the program because, again, day one release. It wouldn't surprise me if by tomorrow they had if they put a patch out by tomorrow to get past, or by next week to get the past the day one release jitters. But I think this needs a bit of work because the system, it didn't correlate this settings to that. Now, just to be safe, I'm putting on some extra parachutes. They're going to be my backup chutes. And I'm going to have them live up here in number 5. So if something happens here, and it goes screwy again, I'll have the secondaries ready to deploy out to keep the to give me a fighting chance of survival. But these bad boys should us off. This lamps. They stand to the ground no matter how high up we are. So they will hold us now at that altitude. At that height. I'm not going to deploy these this time because they just threw me off completely. Oh, we did have these, they were just little panels. So that's fine. Time to launch Gobble Systems! These should be here with this because we don't want them to deploy on their own. The idea is that they go when we go not. They go and then we go So we have 4,000 this time. Now I'm going to add an extra stage here and put this one down in here, because the fleet will burn out long before the rest of it does. Fleet will burn out years ahead of the others. Wow, you are held really half the floor. Huh. You are way up there. It's actually pretty cool, to be honest. It's like stilts. Oh, excellent. These won't trigger, I hope, until the actual launch. Up. Wow, they launched way... Okay, they fired themselves way too soon. Flee goes bye-bye. Flee? Why are you still here? You're being held in. Oh, there he goes. Whee! Bye-bye. Default name. You guys released too damn soon. I'm just going to point that out. They released way too soon. I love the fact it's up. There's up, there's down. We want to go up. Please point me in up direction. Thank you. But yeah, we are 658 over 600. We've gone 12 up. Don't hurt us. Don't hit the space station, please. The site, please. I haven't paid any insurance on that place in like 10 years. So our current project AP is getting slower. That's fine, because I want to get us nice and high in the atmosphere before we go boop. When these guys will have maximum thrust availability. So we've only spent... we're still spending nearly we're wobbling around like a thing right now. I'm just going to turn that on to reset it. Yeah, we're 2,000, so that's good. We have spent 14. We are down to only 1,400 though. That's not good. with an AP all the way up here. At 2,000 up, it's 2 minutes before we can get anywhere near it. So we need to push out. Well, it says we need 754. I'm just going to see how far we can actually get on a push. So we'll just set the maneuver up. I find for the best thing, you want still got some speed on you. So that says 754. So we're literally going to experiment now with the whole. Let's test the burn time system. We're a minute out, so. But yeah, again, this might just be because it's early access and not quite got the full thing. The thing's red there, so. That might be telling me the burn time. So it's burn time to here is that. Okay. I'm also testing to see if this actual maneuver thing works properly. 9, 8, 7, 6. Oh, ha da da. 4, 3, 2, 1. Burn! In 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. So, yep, we got about 600 left in the tank. Our new AP is at 285. How much can we get on? That's showing us we're not actually yet out of fuel. And we can get... And that's... dead. So we'll be 1 point out for what we need. So even from here, we still need to achieve actually a better orbit, to be honest. And that would put us in a fantastic orbit over Kerbin. So another 1,078 fuel would be required to complete the job of getting us into actual orbit. We're still going to do it. See, we can't make it because we don't have the fuel. And even then, our PEs, I think, is only like skimming through the atmosphere. Yeah, well, barely out of atmosphere on that. We'd be constantly doing burn up. Pull it in that way, and the PE should... Orbital info. It doesn't tell us what the actual orbital info is after the fact, after the burn. For that, it says PE, so a minimum of 2,000, minimum of 20,000, maybe 80. So he doesn't show you before or after the maneuver. Stability off. Maneuver. So yeah, we are still shy of what we need. I think our current rockets, the little side rocket, little trio rocket things, don't provide enough punch to get the job done. See how that goes? Because our burn is nowhere near enough to actually get the job done. I was going to watch the burn me and see what maneuver thing and see what actually puts me. Hello. It's locked, we can't get him out. The way is closed. I was like listening to the countdown thing. And we need to sort out our countdown, our platform launch on the base, because that was way too high up, and it threw me all over the place. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. That freaked out me this time. We're out of fuel in 3, 2, 1. And that's what our maximum AP was. Stop burn. It can't stop burn because we're running out of fuel. Yep, our maximum AP is 285. And that is probably one of our better flights. Ba 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 bum bum bum. Na ba bum bum ba bum. Ba 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 bum ba bum. Ba bum ba 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 bum bum. We're going to go to here. Whoop. Do 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 ba do ba do do do. Symmetry to celestial body. Yeah, we're still 1,000 feet up. I if I got temperature by vertical speed is none. When we get close to 100 kl, lack of stellar exposure. So it should start to enter the atmosphere. We'll just go a little faster. Blah 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 blah. We haven't even hit the under 100,000 yet, so you're not even in the atmosphere until you hit the 90s. Okay. I want retrograde, please. I think I'm over water. Cabin over water. A fire in the sky. You know what? Do we have light bulbs? Lights? Please? Did we not even put on a light bulb in our ship? Hit the brakes. Sure. Brake. Brake, 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 brake. I don't think I'm going to hit the brakes over here. Well, there's a landmass, so I'm not hitting the land, I don't think. I'll sing a little more next to me. Sing a little more. 30,000 up, so bye bye. There we go. If anything bad happens to him, I'm going to pull out the other parachute. Yep. Well, still 10k up, so... And that's still there, so... vertical speed is decreasing. This is why I had... these. I'm hoping there aren't. Yeah, something happens if you click them with the couplet. It seems to throw paddy on you, so... That's why I had those things set up. Repack. Deploy. Stability off. Oh, I see. Click on that, it turns that off. So it's not locked into anything. It just keeps you in a straight line. I understand now. Oh, gosh darn it, we were almost there. We had a thing, we had a pattern, we just need a little more punch. I have to go look at our three engines when we get back. I'm going to turn the engines off, nothing attached anyway. Yeah, that and that shouldn't even be a thing because it shouldn't have all the pieces. Again, day one teasing stuff. Day one teething problems. I can't fault it. It's still fun because I'll listen like flight report. I knew you could do it. Or, you look cool. Splat. I can't believe the first thing of the launch was we come down and I completely didn't realise that I didn't have a parachute on my Kerbal, and he went haha splat, cannonball baby into the ground. We are going so slow. This world moves so slowly. Cut. Repack. Disarm. We don't need it. Even if I took all the parachutes now, it's best at this altitude. At best, I could get to 10 mile an hour. 10 meters per second, as the game puts it. Blunk. Excellent. Yeah. You can stop now. Game? Why am I still thinking? I don't think there's any buoyancy on this thing. Let's recover the vessel before he sinks to the bottom of the ocean. We went to minus 139 on that one. We were still thinking. Help! Help! Again, early access. I don't think 100% of the things are functioning properly. Like buoyancy. Somehow, something I feel the water doesn't currently have any buoyancy. Okay, what's the max thrust? Wow, your max thrust in our atmosphere is horrible. Okay, first things first. This. Oh good, it automatically recenters your height. Because that was bad. Okay, next up. What's the control to scroll down? Hold on. Settings. Input. Yeah, on page. Global. EVA. OAB. Map views. It's not helping me. Ah, maybe this one. Primary, okay, still not helping. I just want to scroll the camera down. Okay, I don't see my camera control. Okay, game. Thank you very much for that. That is useless. As is you. You guys, let's find you in the little prop thingy here. You're the FUD. You have max thrust outside of 140 in vacuum. So the three of you should technically be pumping out 420 max thrust value here. You are not. You are pumping out bagger all. This one is 215 singular. I think I had better performance with the... Okay, let's just check out my engineering support. So I'm currently at 270. I'll take these off. Go away. In your place, I want to put this in. Okay, so at the moment he has 0.3. 1.25. 1.5. 2, 3. Again, could just because it's buggy. How big is your engine? I mean, you're just huge. I mean, we could technically do a 2-stage rocket. I mean, it's sandbox, but we have infinite money and infinite parts here, so we can just fire as much as we want in it. I was hoping they could do it on these though, because they're like all the starting ones, and I can do it on the starting ones. I've done it on the starting ones, but I think these FUDs don't quite meet the grunt power requirements to get them up. So we're gonna try this one. This seems to go buggy seems to go completely buggy if you do it the two of them together. Okay, apparently I have a 2.29. So launch. If we can get a push up and get the thing flight on it up, that'd be great. This is now lower, so hopefully it's going to actually not bug out on me again. These should technically start and then they go off. Bonk. Okay, we're heading this way, but I'm going to revert to the VBA here because they're hitting the fins. The ejector thingies, because they don't fall away, or whatever's happening, they're hitting the fins and it's going dink, and it's knocking them. We need to modify that because that's throwing us off every time. I mean, I don't technically need them. I've got a big enough platform at the bottom. They want to scroll down, not out. But we're going to rotate in transit these. Well, look, see, they hit the things. So, you know what? Let's let you... And you're going to hold on to the main thrusters rather than the you're going to hold the thrusters rather than the body, so you shouldn't hit the wings. Now you can angle these down and make them small, to be honest. You can edit them, you can actually put wing angle down. Or root length, root thickness, tip length. It's ridiculous. How many edit things they put on one little piece. Right, let's try this again, now that we're not going to go spiraling off in the wrong distance, wrong way. Okay. I'm just going to mind the beauty. Right, count down me. Okay. See, that's a smooth launch because we didn't clout the side pieces. Where is the whole hatch? Oh, there's a hatch. Okay. You can see inside, I think, just to see my Kerbal. Again, they haven't quite got the internal camera feature going on yet, so we can't go inside and have a peek at our little Kerbal. We might get a better altitude actually. Shoot safety, unsafe. I play it right now with spiral out control. But yeah, if we can get a good 10k plus on the first initial part of the launch, just a new, reduce our weight. Unfortunately, I don't have like a thingy that tells me what my overall thing is, what its current thrust power is. I'm pretty certain those jet streams are going the wrong direction. We're still going up. Our predicted height is 52,000. And that puts us near vacuum space, vacuum atmosphere. So that's gonna give us an extra. Apparently, a burn time for this is 3,000. Well, we got like 4 before, but I think they had to use less fuel. That's fine, because we're in orbit, because we hit 30,000, 5,000, so we're in high orbit. I'm literally timing it out so that we can have the highest amount of push. We've got the least amount of weight to pull it back down again. That should go up pretty quick. Because we are burning 66, 67. Yeah, that does need a better engine. Or less weight. Or more initial thrust. Hence the idea of a two-stage rocket. So you've got 3 there, and then a 4th one underneath that pushes upwards. Still 2,000. Still 2,000 over 2,000. I do need some fuel to slow us back down again so it actually gets back into orbit again. Back to ground. I don't have a docking ping and he can't get out. Okay, predicted height 147. It's good. Very good. Our mover point is in less than a minute. Just over a minute. We're going to short burn for this, just to push us outwards. We've got about minute 10 to get ourselves in alignment here, so, and we don't run out of energy because we're getting our solar panels are clicked to the sun right now, and they should be getting us juice. Yep, they have 72% solar exposure available. So they're currently generating juice for us. That's fine. It'd be nice if we could get an orbit. I mean, that would be the perfect cherry on the cake for the stream. Kerbal Space Program 2, Day 1 release. It's not going to be Day 1 by the time anyone sees this, but... We're in space! I like the fact it actually marks on the line what your burn time is on the line and how far you're going to get. Aloha Eta! That's telling me that we're getting close to the burn time. And we burn in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burn! Alright, I've done it as the health stability. We've calculated out we have the fuel for it. It's calculated out we need the burn time. What tells us the actual velocity we actually need? Complete. Burn complete. $700,008. 1,100. I'm not got enough. Oh, no, I will just have enough. Holy smokes, we just have enough. The plan worked. The extra thrust. We're gonna have a thing of 1,400. We're gonna be going skimming the atmosphere here. Folks, we're not gonna be going around the planet, more like we're going through the planet. I can't afford to put any more thrust in. I need the... You know what, I just want to get the we've got orbit. Then we'll hit the retros and sort of slow that deck down again so we just go back to the ground, because we will be skimming the atmosphere constantly. So we will actually slow down and lose speed. 1. Burn. Yep, we're going on the farm, that one. Stage 3 burnout time, 24 seconds still. 19 seconds. Okay, see what's going to get anything off here. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pink. Yeah, predicted in the... I predicted things a little off, I think. That's fine. Stop burning has been completed. Ta-da! We're in orbit! Technically speaking, we are orbiting. with a single 78,000. Excellent. We are in full orbit. I can't leave my shuttle to do a EVA, but we're in orbit. We've done it. We have got ourselves in a fully functioning. I mean, it's only 78,000, but that's still above atmosphere. I mean, atmosphere thing on this is about something daft, but we're there. We've done it. We are now in orbit. Now, this is actually the best point to do a... If you want to do a burn to stop yourself, this is the best point to do it, because this is when you move the slowest. This will be the height of your speed. This is your height. This is when you're traveling the fastest, when you're at the lowest point of your arc. Think of it like bungee cording, or actually, think of it like an acorn, or any sort of trapeze item. The lowest point of the swing before they come up is when it's under the most pressure and the most force is at the bottom. At the top, it's lost all its momentum. It can no longer travel up any higher. It's lost all momentum when it hits the top of it. It's not just because of the string support stopping it, the ball from flying any further. The string goes tight, yes, and that locks the distance and that thing. But naturally speaking, even if the string wasn't there, well, it would fly off actually, it would go thing. But if you just had it on an imaginary string, without the string being there, and just picture the thing, when it reaches its zenith, when you throw a ball in the air, when it reaches its zenith, that's the height it can get, because it's lost all speed. It has no more speed left. It cannot go any higher. Same thing here. It cannot go any faster because it just doesn't have the speed left in it. And I feel. But that puts the new PE. Yeah, if we just do a full burn. I don't even need that. If we just do a full retro burn, then here is useless because it's at the fastest point in the arc, in this circle. That's when it's reached its maximum speed. Here, on the other hand, is when it slows down the most, and that's the perfect point to hit the brakes, to slam on the brakes, and shredded more speed. I'm just going to join the view. We're going to time warp. Let's do the time warp again. It won't move because it's locked in time warp. I don't think. It's just a jump to the left. And then a step to the right. Put your hand on your hips. And bend your knees in time. Don't aim for the water, because quite frankly the game doesn't acknowledge water physics yet. And you sink. Whoa. Have we actually managed to go into the thing for that? See, now it'll actually move us into proper anti-orbit, anti-speed mode. But yay! Let's just warp to here. Whee! See, our speed is at its height here. sorry, I got my throat. But that's our highest amount of speed. That's as fast as we can get. Which is actually pretty slow for some of my vehicles. I mean, most of my in Kerbal Space 1 I had towards the end of my campaign runs. I'm trying to get to Eve right now on that one, on my own private private game, and the speeds I go around orbits, I like, about 15,000. Some right speed demons on that one. But yeah, we should be getting the zenith. So in 3 more minutes, in a minute. A little faster we go to 2 times speed. 30 seconds. Until we hit the PE, which is our zenith. It's the lowest we can get on our orbit. I should say this is the zenith of the PE. Let's just see our planes. See how they handle planes. I came to the conclusion in Kerbal Space Program 1 that the first starting blocks you get are completely useless. And done. We've completed 1 orbit. Again, at the moment, burning the engine will be useless because we're trying to pick up. We're at full velocity here. It's only as we start to zip around the corner, so that starts to tick down on its own. So we're going to skip 17 minutes because that's what it's going to take us to get over to the other side. Let's time up to here. Whee! Again, one thing that I definitely hope they put in the future is the fact that you can get maneuver orbital information. So when you set your maneuvers up down the line, when you set maneuvers up, you can see what the actual orbital is going to be as you go around the maneuvers. See, we're currently at we've lost 700 just from going up to this thing here. I'm going to speed up towards the point a little bit faster. Doop, 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 doop. We are in retrograde position, so any thrust we add now is actually going to shave speed off us. It won't add to our speed, it'll decrease it, it'll slow it. Which will mean our actual low point gets lower, because we're not going to hit it as fast. Yeah, we've actually got a very low thrust right now, only 5% thrust. It'll make our engines last longer. But just doing... I pressed the wrong button there. Is that a fuel? You can change its course. Well, thank you. Flight, you can revert to launch and try again. A rescue mission to dock with this vessel, cover and refuel it. I don't want to. I hit the wrong button by accident. I'm going to do a slow burn for a little bit. And I don't have to do the rescue mission. We have a thing of 2,000, or 20,000. We are going to literally hit atmosphere. It's like, yay, hi, it's like, that's going to start decreasing very quickly because we only have a height of 20,000. It's significantly lower. We had an orbital height before, now we only have 20,000, well in atmosphere. Which means, and without any thrust or power to make us go faster, we're going to be getting, slow. We're going to burn. And right now, if we burn now, we are going to actually explode. Because that will burn up. That will burn up, and they'll call explosions up the chain. because that's going for heat tolerance. And we'll still be travelling. Will it tell us my velocity if I... There you go. What sort of velocity will we be going at? Oh, don't tell me velocity. That's something you need to add into the game developers. Where it tells you the velocity of where you're going to be at when you're getting at certain points. My recommendation, though, is that we will be significantly trying at quite some speed. We're still going 2,000. We only shaved off 700 when we did normal orbit. Now we're going to be accelerating towards the ground. We're not just going to be in orbit anymore, we're going to be accelerating. And there's going to be air friction. But we're still going to be accelerating downwards. At the moment, we're in the wrong orbit. It'll catch us like that, and it'll blow us that way up. And we'll catch a lot of air this way, but we need to be pointing this way so that this takes the maximum amount of thrust. Amount of burn time. So it stops us from being damaged. That's reducing because we're getting close to the floor. Our PE should actually start to lower the closer we get to the ground, because all of a sudden we're going to start taking friction. He's going to attempt to pull himself back into the correct orbit again. Hurry! This is a skill you do not have, by the way, when you have the start campaign mode, because your pilots are dumb as house bricks. So you have to control all this yourself. The stability control system, they know how to keep it stable, but retrograde, up ground, all that lot, they have no clue how to do it. But yeah, as we're getting closer to the thing, that's going up, but it's also trying to go down at the same time, because we're entering atmosphere. Our altitude is not high enough. So, yeah, it's only 80,000, so it's still pretty high. So we could actually afford to go a little further closer to the thing, because our PE is lower than that. I mean, we're hitting the atmosphere at 2,000 meters per second, 2,000 miles per hour here. Or meters per second, whatever the calculation I want to do it. We're hitting it at pretty high speed. Like a bullet train. See, that's dropped again because we're not in that. We're not in full orbit. We are now getting back out of atmosphere. We're now getting back into atmosphere. Really thin atmosphere, but it's atmosphere. Unfortunately, no science, so we can't say tell the pilot to take a report. Which is sad, but it is what it is. See, and that's dropping because we can't maintain the speed anymore. We've got atmospheric resistance going on now. I may have lost my engines, and I may have no fuel to do anything, but we're still in. But there's atmosphere, and there's now air friction. Friction is now taking over. I'm in the mountains. So, yep. Our, that is decreasing. We don't want to be zipping towards until we hit that, because we'll plow to the ground at that point. I'm gonna wait until until the little meter thing gets close to being in the atmosphere. So probably around the 40k mark. They may tweak this to make it higher because it was used to be like 80 to get all the way up here. We are going way too fast. For a safe re-entry. For a safer landing. Hopefully I'm going to sink as well. Okay. Technically we're no longer in orbit. Yeah, our PE is getting closer and closer and closer and closer to the ground. It's shrinking by the second. All the way over there still, but it's shrinking by the second. And the more atmosphere we get, it's belly flopping like a rock because our speed's actually starting to slow down. We don't have the speed anymore, and we're no longer in orbit. We are steadily flowing to the... Yeah, we're at minus 5,000 here. If we went, oh, well, zoom on to hit that PE, it's like, we'll hit the ground long before we hit that point. We're not in orbit, we're definitely in atmosphere. Auto ground door. Yeah, very little difference to be honest with you two. But we're in atmosphere, we're slowing down. The brakes are being hit reluctantly by the air itself. So, yeah, I think we're... Well, we're about stage surface point here. We can look at getting rid of our backside. This bit, because we're actually nowhere near burn-up speeds. I think that's another thing that's not yet been put into the game properly. Is atmospheric burn-up. A bit of air resistance, but that's about it. Whee! We are coming down fast, boys and girls. In 4 minutes we'll go up minus 2,000. There you go. We started to dip, so I've thrown away our backside. We've shot off somewhere else. That actually helps to hit the brakes, to be honest. Maybe they tweak the amount of distance to air, distance to space sort of deal. But yeah, that's tweaked our brakes. Oh good, we're still on the ground. That's fine. We're gonna get a solid landing and not sink for eternity. Still 19,000. Speed of over 1,000. So I'm going to arm parachute 1 to act as a brake. Chute safety, none. I was going to arm it, I didn't want it to deploy. We should be technically able to jettison that, but it's not available. But it is doing its job and it's slowing us down faster. we're hitting more brake speed. It'll wig out when it tries to. We can no longer find the speed anymore. Stability off. No longer targeting that specific thing, so it's going to naturally move in the right direction here. Okay, did not wig out. Last time it wigged out. Shoot safety should be hitting now. Actual shoot safety here because it's. Why are we accelerating still? I will deploy the other chutes shortly. Ah, true, we are getting closer to the ground because of the mountains below us. About 3,000, I'll look at deploying the other chutes because they'll be well inside their pressure zone. And it should be more than ample. Yeah, we're still only doing 250, so that's less than what his maximum tolerance was, which was 270. There goes the others. Main chute deployed at 1500. The others won't deploy until he hits 1,000, but we are okay, that definitely did not wig out this time. So I think if you put the chute deployment with the thing, the kick thing, it arms it too soon. It sort of wigs itself out and arms too soon. I mean, it should be armed, but it should only release when it hits a certain pressure point. Turn that off, because it's not. In fact, turn that off entirely, because it can't do anything. It's falling. 5 miles an hour, but it's falling. These chutes are literally saying, "You're point up, mate." In fact, I can get rid of it. I can disarm those. Boom, 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 boom. Well, that boosted up to 7 miles an hour. 7, 8 miles an hour. Manual deployment. Interesting. Okay, so there's one radial chute wasn't strong enough to actually hold this thing and stop this thing from going at 7 miles an hour. Multiple chutes, on the other hand, definitely get the job done. Maybe a bigger parachute was needed. Increase it 4 times because I was faster than that to go. But still, we've done it. We got an orbital plat. We got an orbital. So that's good. You know what? Let's try building a plane. See how the planes work on this game. Oh look, forests. Trees. Well, that's a step on Kerbal 1. We actually have trees. Huh. Interesting. Take me back to the vast hills. The vast hills of the Kabbles. Travel hundreds of miles still in the air, still right now. I better explode from this. I mean, I'm traveling. And touchdown. You successfully landed your splashdown. You can recover your vessel here. When you recover your vehicle will be recycled and your crew return to KSC for their next mission. Hooray! Flight report. Vessel landed. Okay, so it didn't report it properly. Interesting, but yay, look. We're in the ground. I think that object collision may need some work. Yay! See? At least acknowledge I landed. That's that. Last time I didn't even do that. It just said, hey! And you kept on thinking. Okay, we're going to try a cockpit one. I'm going to try a flight. In fact, it's not two different facilities this time, it's one facility. Which is a bit better. Planes goes that way, rockets go that way. That's what it looks like on a side-dash vehicle. It's lovely. Okay, so methane for the jet engines. So these methanol engines are no good. So boosters no good. Jet engines are here, and they use. So these guys, I think, use methanol. Yeah, methane jet engines. These are methane engines. That's useless. All that's on the flipping moon is useless. So I don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Methane production. That's too tiny. That's actually what goes on the engine. That's gigantic with a tiny, tiny topic. Humongous engine. Ah, it's a Mach 2 tanks. Excellent. That's for the Mach 1. Dunk. This is where center of pressure is important. We don't have any of that right now, so. I found 2 of these. 3 of these give a nice long body. That's fine. I could probably make an X-Wing, you know. Right, first things first. Don't want that. Want that. We have all of them. So I think since we have a one of these, let's just put ourselves a Weasley. Wah. Engine is missing. Necessary fuel to run. And no parachute. Command pod may not survive curve landing. That's because I don't have access to parachutes. Yeah, it's missing air intake. These things require air intake. Without air intake, they don't do anything. But we'll put the air intake on in a minute. But we won't put the wings on. Small flux wings. Cool. Okay, I like that wing. That's a cool little wing, that. That's a wing for a much, much bigger plane. I say we could actually make an X-Wing by putting wings up here and wings down here. Disney cannot sue us is a homage, not a stealing of their thing. Intake valves are required. I mean, that's adjustable radio ramp intake, and that sort of sits on the thing and it sort of breathes in from there. So technically I just put that on, and that one engine at the back will be what we need. But that's not the design we're going for. We're going for a different design. I want one of these. Dooby-doo. Put them like that. I don't know if these things actually work properly. It gets a little temperamental how it works sometimes. But I want 4 engines. So far our thing is actually pretty accurate on itself. We're looking at a pretty decent thing here. Tail section. Control surface. Yeah. Let's go take that off so we just have the one. Well, again, it's a bit big still. There you go. We haven't got any intake valves going on right now. Stabilizers not needed. Intakes. Without these, we have got no. I want symmetrical. Okay, now it should say we've got less than 1.1. So we need more intake or more thrust. Aye, thrust. That do it. That's why we're having 4 engines. Or 5 engines, I should say. I do wonder if I should go with a longer wing style, but I might be able to edit these. But I can. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's awesome. I can put the wing right. I can put the wing at the front. Be a death glider. I like that. Or I can sweep it back. That is cool. I do like I can do that. That's control surface, that's the span of the control surface. Still awesome. We can't just these lengths, unfortunately. Thrust weight apparently is still way too high, way too low. But these things burn way lower, so I should be. I actually found doing that makes it, they say, burns longer. So they actually have way less, considerably less weightage now. I still don't know if it's actually going to take off or not, because the wing designs are way different than what I'm used to. working with. Also, we need wheels. These are rubbish. Impact tolerance 450 ms. 150. That's why they always constantly breaks. It's weird. These have a little thing, but they actually have a better. They actually have better than them. I should turn that off for now, and that off because I line these up to be straight. I do like these wheels better than others. Okay, one to the front, turn that off. And that's about 45-degree angle. And that's one not help. That's better. I've got lens, wheels. Yeah, it was the wrong sort of vehicle, dude. That's a proper thrust thingy, thrust going on because there's a lot. All the engines are actually firing instead of just being like two engines. And so I want the front lifted a little bit higher than the back, so that it angles it up so when the air's catching it, it actually lifts it up. I'm going hell for level with this. I'm not going to bother with parachutes. I'm still tempted to make that tweak this wing so it's better. Ooh, I can make them thinner root length. You know what? That looks more stylish. That looks a little better. Okay, so what's my center of thrust look like? That's pretty level. That's pretty level, that is. Center of mass is there, aero thing's there. So it should be pretty sturdy on its movement. That should be pretty. It should be pretty good on its movement here. You should have tail fins. Aerodynamics, wing. See, now we've got tail section. It's like okay, but it's like tail connector. So I don't think they have the whole. I don't think they have. I think wings is wings. So you sort of make them size. And that is currently that size, which is ridiculously too big. But also pointed up. There you go, that's flat. Like, they're too big! Well, yeah, well, let's make them... They're tail fins. They're tail, so they don't need to be that thing. Not sure that should make any difference, to be honest. Wingspan. So I can make them tiny. And that, a tail, is a tail wing. Is a tail section. I don't have like winglets and stabilizers. Technically stabilizers would put the front to be a thing. And this hasn't got all the nuts and bolts in yet. I think they're planning to add a lot more pieces. Runway. Okay, here we go. Yep. We're going for... Whee! We bounced. You know what? What's the brakes? Brake! Brake! Put the brakes on. Handbrakes on. Lights. Lights on. Health and safety now, folks. Valentina Kerman is the one going this thing. I don't think you need a helmet. I don't think you need a helmet for this one. You ain't going that high. Okay. Maiden voyage of a plane. God help us. Could you not, Valentina? Couldn't you keep the thing on the runway? No. No, not really. I really should have thought this thing through a little more. Like how tall the wing tail is compared to the rest of it. Stable though. The flaps are going something chronic. Because I think the engines are too attached to the wings. It's actually a spaceship game. No one said I had to make a plane. It doesn't seem to want to keep stability. Boy. That's the wrong thing. This is the wrong thing, game. Oh, no, correct things. Impact! I think we're well past the point of crashing impact here. Flight report. I don't think it's in states anymore. I think that one has severely crashed. That one crashed horribly. Okay, I may need to rethink my design for planes on this game. I'll put some stability controls on something. It has wings, but doesn't have the full wing system. Because then they deployed these things, they just went absolutely... Oh. They went absolutely mental. And I do mean absolutely mental. It had no idea what it was doing anymore. It just went nuts. I can't use the wing as a tail fin. Control surfaces. Yeah, I use a control surface there for the tail for the thing, but that seems to be a really bad idea. Wing, when a wing asks for a wing or fin just won't do. Stabilizers. A fin. So, style. No, I'm just going to put a stabilizer on there. I'm going to try putting a stabilizer on. Use them for the wings. Actually, I should use them for the fin. I've got wings at the back and wings at the front. Hold on. Really. Stabilizer at the back for stability control. Okay, wing. That is massive for what we are. We are not a large craft. We are a small craft. Maybe the fact I had the engine there, it sort of threw it off completely. And like, nope. I have no idea what you're doing anymore. Goodbye. So I'm gonna try just putting in these. And just try with a single engine. Because that, again, it just went completely batty. It had no clue what it was doing whatsoever. Well, yeah, they had to put these on. I usually put them on the nodes, fuel tanks. We'll try again. 3 engines. You know, just for safety's sake, we'll just put one. We'll put them out here, away from the zone. I like my planes. I have certain design aspects for them, and they sometimes it's aggravating when they don't match. What I want. These are small, they're way too big for that. Yeah, weight finger ratio is too low. That should no longer be a thing anymore because, well, quite frankly. Yeah, it's a vessel, engineered support for a vessel that's not going to space. It doesn't have to dock. Okay, so I want some sort of control. Center of thing is there. Center of thrust is there. Center of mass is there. We'll put a little bit of this in here. So drag, I think, drag this upwards. I mean, quite often for stability reasons, I put these little fins at the front. And it sort of pushes them forward. We'll do one of these as a tail wing. Hopefully that'll work out better. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work. Again, not all features are yet in the game, so I don't have access to my entire arsenal of pieces I want. You know, no, take the smalls off here. Muscle medium's like massive. Okay, scratch up, 6 on the smalls. And dear God, we are not putting the XLs on. Tiny plane and humongous wheels. It'll land 20 feet before it hits ground. 200, it'll land 50 feet before it goes even near the ground. We've got 3 engines, so we've cut down the power a bit. Length. You might want to make that thinner. Just literally thinner. Just a little bit thinner. That should do for that, aerodynamics. So that's still near center. That's still near that, so it should be balanced. Again, this is maiden day, so it may not be a... Whee! They should put a ground option on this thing, because it's a... Definitely for the future reference, game developers. Put a ground thing on. Don't need RSCs on because we ain't got any. That was a lot more stable on takeoff. Unfortunately, tell me my flight time, which is a little sad. But again, first day release. I can't really grumble about the fact I've not got a flight plan for me, flight time for me. Well, yay! This time we had full takeoff. Proper full takeoff. This may have thrown off a little bit at the back, but I think the stabilizers work better than wings for fins. We are currently traveling at 347. Nearly, wow, we actually got pretty good speed on this thing. And because of our thing for where our center of mass is, and our stability, we are absolutely romping it for stability. Little barrel roll. I actually got clouds, which is more impressive. I can't see. Help! Lights don't work. Help! I don't think I even have the abort button. They don't exist. So takeoff successful after a few tweaks. Now we just gotta land the thing. Well, we are climbing pretty well actually. Acceleration stable at 373. That's decreasing, but only because we are running out of air. If you notice the speed at which our tanks are actually depleting, they are going down very, very slowly. The air is going down faster, because these engines don't function very well at high altitude. I mean, this medium one, boy down here in the back, all independent throttle, pressure control independently, but it's producing 66 on its own. Each of the whittles are doing 14, but they're losing power because they are getting engine mode. Cruise. Oh, reverse. Okay. I don't want to reverse it. Reverse bad. I could technically turn that off to save fuel. I don't need to. It's not eating that much fuel up, for Christ's sakes. Tanks are barely emptied. Like that. Fuel tanks. He's empty anyway. You're not showing me how much fuel's actually in the tank. He's in safe. He's safe. Methane, yep. You know, it's barely drained. That only had like 1 ton of fuel in it. These had a quarter and they've only lost like 0.1. Well, the problem coming in is the air intakes. The higher we get, the less air there is. Hence why our speed's going down, because, quite frankly, while these are working at full power, they're just not getting any air. The engines are slowly taking, they're slowly losing power because there just isn't any air. They're not designed for orbital thrust. Now, if I put a liquid fuel engine in here as a secondary engine, and then had it take over when it reached a certain altitude, this could go orbital, because it would boost the altitude requirements. In fact, there's actually a design you can make in the first game, which actually has 2 little Terrier boosters 2 jet engines designed for orbital flight, for the orbit, to push into orbit, and 2 suborbital engines designed for atmospheric control. We have actually flown way higher than our atmosphere calculus is way better than most of my other ships' planes. And this is with stage 1 engines, by the way. Oops, uh-oh. It's beginning to veer a little bit because the engines are losing their ability to control. That we lost way too much speed. So with that, time to do a U-turn. Badly, I might add. It's still not very well controlled plane. I'm hoping I've turned around a little bit. I have to do the map here to see if I'm actually pointing in the right direction or not. Oh, we're constantly at AP here. So we only turn that far, we need to turn... much further. We're going south before. We need to turn more. So now we're pointing north. We start from the east, so west of us, so we need to head more west. We're pointing east, traveling east. By rolling over, we're sort of pushing us up and down if when there's this and changing directions. Obviously, you don't want to go too fast or too hard because it'll try to like slam the thing in the reverse. It doesn't work very well. In fact, it gets very temperamental with you and it tends to argue back. I may have spent out a couple of hours practicing flight as a flight planes while trying to do one blinking mission. So it wants to make itself stable again. There you go. I'm going to cut down the thing. We're still travelling way faster than we need to, so that's not a problem. I mean, you can get away with quite a lot from just because it's actually starting pointing down, so actually travelling downwards. technically we're at water at sea right now. I don't really know if that actually does anything or not, but it makes me feel better. So we're heading back to land. Nighttime, so yay us. I don't think we're set quite perfectly in alignment. We're sort of heading this way. I'm not even going to say, yeah, sure, I can land on this runway perfectly. I'm lucky if I actually land on the ground. If I hit ground. For me, that's impressive. I mean, I could try and tweak it a little bit further, go more this way, but I think just heading straight for ground land in general is a good idea. See, we're still going 300 here. At a slow rate of climb. I can adjust this actually by manually clicking, which is more easily actually. It's like, yeah, it's slowing down a lot here, but it's still 200 miles an hour here. We're not going that slow. Hell, we're still above the clouds. And so when we tap downwards, we're going to speed up. Because we're going in the correct... going with gravity instead of against it. Okay, that's Kerbal Space Station for 0 kilometers out. I don't know why that's even there still, but who cares? So I'm going to start angling us down. See, our speed's picked back up again because we're going downwards. We sort of want to be hitting the ground somewhere in the margin of 50. These wheels, if they're functioning correctly, should handle a 50 mile an hour touchdown. The speed should be fine at 50. But if not, we'll go whee! Our backside will come off, wheel will come off, and then our backside will hit the ground. At which point we skim across the ground at high speed and explode. This one for me is for, you know, a early access game, so it's still not out yet properly, going out properly here. The up and down thing is a little twitchy. You get a little bit more accuracy when you do it with the mouse. Technically I could be using the mouse over here to control this just happily because I don't need to touch any of this stuff. The rest of it can be done by keyboard. We're still miles out from land. So we're going to pull our nose up a little bit just to slow down our rate of descent. Oh, wow, this is spinning around, but hey-ho. We're still 1,000 up, 2,000, just shy of 2,000 up, so we will actually cover quite a lot of distance before we come down. We're still travelling at 600, 160 this way. Oh, thank you. I'm going to boost our power up a little bit because I want to lift us, get some nose up. still a little bit away from land here. And we were starting to go a little too low. So we need to get a little bit more speed to keep up. I generally seem to find that if you drop below 100 at a certain point, without getting really close to the ground first, you generally starts going bleh, it dive bombs on you. That's my personal experience on stuff. That's land. Thank God for that. I'm gonna tap down a little bit, so we go from climbing to a very slow, steady descent. While at the same time knocking our speed down. So that we get closer. Essentially, we want to be getting close to like a few hundred feet above the ground when we are close to landing. It's actually hard landing a ship. Who knows? Depending on what they launch update-wise for next week, we might do more Space Cable too. If they launch like an update, like, oh, we've launched this and we got like these extra 19 features. Like, great! You know, we've tweaked the things, modified the landing a bit more. Made certain the sea physics actually work. So they just sink. Yep. Because I probably could have made a rocket in sandbox mode that got me all the way to the moon. You believe they put a Kerbal the moon. You're gonna tap down, this will accelerate us up, but it'll knock down our altitude a little better, a little more. We're traveling at speed on the beach. I'm just hoping like hell this is not rocky plains. Apparently our sea is lower than the ground. I think that's wrong. Unless the ground is kind of like sea down there. Our sea level's here. But ground should be quickly matching up with the sea because we're about to go back over the land again. See, this is a steady thing. I'm going to knock this down a little bit more so we start losing speed. We should be just cropping over the land now. So sea should be a non-existent feature. And the beach. You essentially want like practically no engine power while you're coming to a land stop. And again, when you're getting close to land, the ground, you should deploy your gears and sort of tilt up. Probably aim to do that around the 500 mark. Because we're still going downwards, so it's like fine for speed that. When the land suddenly starts going towards you very quickly, it means you're hitting a hill. Rocky, hilly terrain, and that's not so fun. I also should make a rover, just for the fun of it. Yeah, when it starts doing things like that, it means it's hills. You're not on flat ground anymore. A nice plain would be nice. A good flat terrain would be very welcomed. Gears will slow us down more because it'll create drag. But for speed wise, we are going just on cue. So, deploy. We have lights on them. When we see the lights, we are way too close to the ground. Stability wise, we should be fine. Lift wise, so we can pull our nose up towards the bottom, which will slow us down fast even more. So I want to be close. You'd rather be a little closer before we get to the 80s. Come on, pull the nose up. Come on, nose, lift. Oh, we're gonna crash. Yep, there's a hill. Whoops! Could have gone better. Yeah. Yeah, that could have gone better. We, smacked into the side of a hill. You sort of want to aim for flat ground. Hills are not so great to land on. That was kind of ugly. Yeah, just a little on that one. Annoyingly, we were going fine, and then I completely overshot. I should have slowed down more and dropped lower, so that we were more close to the ground. Then when we hit the beach zone, we would have had a nice big flat area to land on. We'd have had a very nice flat ground to land on, and we'd have landed that nicely. We, on the other hand, did not have that and went kaput. Okay, what's these? Fuel tanks. Hydrogen. I just want to look at the hydrogen. That's about the size of that, so... Switch. I don't want a pod, just a pod. Not even that. So that, I don't even care about this landing, I just want to see how this actually works. How good this... What sort of flush you get out of these things. Hydrogen. I'm not even caring if I put a big engine on. I just want to see what one tank can do and how much thrust you get. Okay, we're mainly of them actual tankage. Usual design, it seems. Requirement. Wow, that one tank gives me 1,200. It is light. Okay, I'll go admit that stuff actually is very light. Let's see what 4 of these guys can do in one shot. All in the little tod. These are ridiculous. Ah, in atmosphere they don't provide much thrust, but out of atmosphere they provide a lot of thrust. Probably no thrust, lots of thrust on it. Atmosphere. These guys provide jack. Yep, they provide jack. Okay, dokie. Switch that for them again. Well, let's go just for the sake of showing these things off properly. And showing what happens when we get this. When we use a proper engine. I'm going to count, not count these buggers because they're just going to blip until out all sorts of proportions. Yeah, this weight to thrust ratio is very high now. We don't care about actually landing this. We're just gonna launch this poor bugger into orbit. How? Accidentally hitting the ground. Who cares? Valentina! I don't know why I got the other guy to get back. But it's fine. This is the amount of thrust you get from just these guys. They are significantly more powerful than what the one I used earlier. Have considerably more fuel. And as you can see, go a lot further. I mean, they're just launching them on their own, and we've already shot well past. We're already 500 plus. The other one's like nearly halfway depleted, and we wouldn't be at 500. These things, on average, tend to throw you at about 1,000 plus. We're already 10k up. We're nearly 20k up so far. And we're only just near the end of their burn life, their burn time. And our thingy is already at 156, 200,000. We're nearly finished. The engine's nearly burnt. We're shooting off at 2,000 here. Thank you. Boop. Goodbye. Okay. That was with one burn. We are this far up. At this range, we are so far up. I got no fuel on that thing. But we also don't need, like, half the forward thrust anymore because, quite frankly, we are that far up into orbit that we have. Whee! So not quite. With this engine, it doesn't quite have the punt. So I'm just going to do that. Fortunately, you are just going to go into space now. Bye bye. Ooh, that's pretty. That is pretty. No way, I'm going to reset us back to the Earth, but right there. But that's a pretty engine. I like that. If one of the hydrogen explodes, and that's him exploding. Yep. Yeah, we nominal at 75 kilonewtons. Jettison fairing? Oh, we're not coming back. We are shooting off, baby. We have a thing that is so far out that if we even so much as go this way a little bit, we'll shoot around the planet immediately. Like I said, we could have literally built a rocket just using them. That's its moon. Bonk. Attention! We are actually in lunar orbit. Okay, we don't have enough maneuver to go around this properly, but this is the first time I've seen it. So this is actually a much better graphical display for how to indicate where you can interact with things. It's much better than one for this sort of thing. Yeah, no fuel, but okay, scrap that. Let's go retro. Because why not? And we're going to burn. If I had actually stopped that earlier, we would actually have been better. I didn't realize we were going to actually get lunar intercept. Whoop. Can we see the moon from here? Can we actually see that? We can see the moon. The moon. And we're out. We ran out of fuel. That's cool. We can actually. Wow. If we have stuck with the original engines and put the really big collider boosters on, we could have gotten to the moon like in one shot. I think that's actually how half my things go. Well, let's go warp to here. Yay. Bye bye moon. Unpaused, paused. So we have no thing. We will eventually catastrophically come slingshotting ourselves right back, and we'll plow into the ground. But yeah, that's that's Kerbal Space Program 2, folks. I'm just gonna revert to VBA. But yay, we actually got to the moon on that one. Again, Alpha, early access, not got all its features and bells and whistles attached yet. Still needs to tweak on the water. And fix the bug with the parachute system deploying too early. These, okay, these are not bad for like if you're in orbit for extra boosters. But they don't pack a lot of thrust. Very handy for if you're going to a planet with very low gravity. Because they're fine. Vehicle, fly safe, baby. No flying safe for me, mate. That. I can't. We took camera control there. Ooh. That fun. I must admit, I do like the animation for that. That's okay. That needs. I need to. We're more runways. Tracking station, training center, which I didn't actually even bother looking at, to be honest. Research center, not yet available. That is for future. The antenna's actually flowing here, so that's for future things. But anyway, I hope that people enjoying my little foray into Space Kerbal Program 2. Or the Kerbal Space Program 2. Again, early access, just came out today. But I can guarantee within the next 48 hours there will be probably an update for it. Or at least within the next week. When by the end of the week there'll probably be an update. Likely one that will fix a load of bits. But hey, I've been Demonox, this has been the Kerbal Space Program 2. I'll catch you all later. See ya!